Everything set up. Hello, good morning for me. Good whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome to Livecoding. Today, I'm going to wait for just a second to make sure that the stream is working. Yes. That looks like it's working. Let's pause for not taxing my frail network connection, and then make sure I have both of the chats up. Hi, welcome. Today, we're gonna make this face a lot. Something's up, and that something is that, all right, and that's working, fantastic. And that something is that our action server is up and running on Rasa-X on GCP. So what you see here is a live Rasa-X server. I could share the link with you, but I don't want to share the link to something that doesn't work. I want to get it working, and then I can share it, and then we can do the actual rest of the development process, the conversation-driven development. And we can see that the action server is working. It does a couple of things. So if you have not been tuning into this series, basically we are rebuilding the New York Times dialect quiz as a conversational assistant. So you answer a bunch of questions about the way that you say various things. This one is 25 questions. I think we only have 23. And then at the end, we run a classifier and predict the top 3 states, or return the top 3 states that it sounds like you came from, which is not what's happening. So our action server is doing 2 things. The first thing it's doing is it's collecting all of the information. So I'm asking a bunch of questions about how people say something. I'm doing data validation to match them to multiple choice answers. And then from there, I'm running a classification action here, detect dialect. And you can see that this was triggered here. However, let me go all the way down to the bottom of here. Challenge, chit chat, elicitation forms. Yeah, so it was run, however, the dialect value was not set. So it's initialized to be none, and what we want it to say instead is some 3 states. So, what's going wrong? I'm gonna be honest, I do not know. Which is why it's a bug, I guess. If I did know, I could just like answer it. So the first thing I want to do, I have my action server up and running. We're using GCP, so Google Cloud Platform, to serve this. We're running Rasa-X in server mode because we're almost ready to share. I want y'all to use it. And what I want to do is I want to run our update our Rasa-X server. And what I want to do is I want to make sure the debug mode is on. So let's do that. I'm SSH'd into my Linux VM. This is Ubuntu 16.04 in case you care. And we have been developing the bot locally on Windows. And I am, I'm worried that part of our problem could be the move from Windows to Linux. And I guess we'll find out if that's the case. But the first thing we want to do is equals true. All right. And then we just want to run our, I've lost it. I should have moved it over to the side. All right, let's see if I can get it back. Move that over to the side. And now we want to run the one-line install script, which will also update it again. So let me just copy and paste that over here. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't show the password, but I'm just gonna let it run in a separate window just in case. Okay, yeah, fantastic. It does not. So what we did, let's make you big. What we did was when we ran, y'all can't see nothing, it's behind me. When we ran the install script, it's like, oh, there's an existing cluster, so it just upgraded Rasa-X and launched it in debug mode, and now it's good to go. So from here, hello Osvaldo, welcome. Good to see you. Where are those logs gonna go? I don't know the answer to that. Let's interact with our assistant a little bit and see if we can get more information. So let's just take the quiz. Yes, I'd love to take a quiz. I know that it's going to be shown on the stream because I'm on the stream right now. We don't need interactive learning. I'm just going to go through and do a bunch of things all at once. These are obviously not my real answers to the quiz. I just want to get through here real quick so we can have some answers to validate. I should also probably say one of these conversations is a test, except I want the test once it's working the way that I expect it to look. Should be getting close. I think we just have one or two more. So this is what the assistant will look like, and people can actually answer the questions accurately and not just with a random letter. And, you know, if my luck is fantastic, it'll just work this time. I don't think it will. I think something is up and we need to figure out what the thing is. So I'm just answering A to all these questions. Hello, Navandu. Welcome to the stream. Water fountain. Surely we are getting close. All done. All right. Okay, so here we go. Basketball bug. That must be something you call a roly-poly. I guess it makes sense. It sort of looks like a basketball. Anyway, okay, so same thing happened again, and nothing was printed to the terminal, so maybe it's in the logging on GCP. That'd be nice, because there's no like logging tab, is there? There's no like additional information. This is just so I can go through and correct the intents and classifications and whatnot. Okay, yeah, no, I don't think that did it. So I'm just gonna pop into my GCP console. Keep the loggings, image. I'm just doing this in another window, just in case I show something that I would prefer not to show. Yeah. Monitoring maybe? CPU usage, I used more for a bit because I was doing something. It's not the logging that I want. Okay, I think probably it's in logs. Logging, there we go. Okay, so it's just a separate thing inside GCP. So there's no logs. Let me make sure that. Okay, I think this should be good. So this is in the last hour, no logs have been created. Hi, Kuldeep. Sean Weinberg says, how does one see the algorithms, the best fit, or k-nearest neighbor? Is this something you download from GitHub and use to code on Python? So, yeah, I think the next step is actually going to be to pop open our assistant. So I have done. So I'm guessing you're asking about the out. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, Visual Studio. I'm guessing you're asking about. This is the wrong one. This one. I'm guessing you're asking about the output of the classifier, and as it stands right now, all that is returned. Thank you. All that is returned. Love to know about Python every time I open Visual Studio. Is the answers, basically. So the information is got from the slot. This is where we store the information from the user, and then the classifier pipeline is applied, and then we set the slot to be the value of just the top 3 results from the k-nearest neighbors algorithm. So we are not surfacing any more of the information. I could add additional like output. Hi Fiza, hi Robin. I could add additional output as part of it being run, but so there's a couple of point of failures, and I've made enough mistakes with this particular model that I know what those look like. So one is if all zeros are run into the model, the results are like Michigan, Alabama, Washington are the top 3 states that are returned. So the fact that we are not getting the slot set at all tells me that the classifier pipeline is not being run at all. And I don't know why that would be, and I don't know where my dang logs are. Philippe says, if I select a button based on given options, how can I give further options based on the previously selected option? I'd probably do that as a story. So, you know, if slot equals something, then do something else. Robin says, I want to extract start date and end date. The model asks for start date and then it skips end date. I'm using Duckling. What happened? Oh, I don't know. I'd ask on the forums if you have like specific questions, because I'm not going to have the capacity right now. Did you involve debugging? Okay. So I did launch it in debug mode, and the server is running in my VM. Like for sure it's running here. Maybe there's a command to get the logs. Rasa-X print logs. Command line interface. I'll pop this up here. So I think this is just gonna be, I think this is gonna be predominantly for just Rasa. Launch Rasa-X locally, yeah. Rasa init to start something. Let's see if there's something in the Rasa-X docs. Because it works, Rasa-X works different in server mode than it does in local mode. So, yeah. And Kuldeep, if you have like a more specific question, I'd probably ask that in the forums as well. Deploy, review, annotate, test, fix problems. That's what I want to do. Help. All right. Making changes, adding stories, making changes outside of Rasa-X, committing changes. Let's see. Making disruptive changes, continuous integration server, changing the custom action code, which you can automate. Yeah, but I want the logging. make sure you're set up, which I think I am. Robin says, did ask in the forums, the intent mapping was the same as the end date, so they were the same, that's why it happened. I don't know what I should do in such a case with things. Yeah, if it's super duckling specific, also maybe asking, I don't know what the duckling crew does their support. I would assume on Stack Overflow. I tried asking on Stack Overflow and tagging it duckling. And surely someone has run into this problem before, so actually just try searching Stack Overflow first and see if you get anything. Alright. None of this is what I'm looking for. Ta. Perhaps this is what I am searching for? Alright, sneak screen. Password required. So this is just the API, and I'm trying to see if there are any specific things that will be helpful for here. Runtime config, get runtime telemetry, training, models, environments, analytics. So that's only available in the Enterprise Edition. So we're using the free to use edition, and the Enterprise Edition is the one that you would pay for, and it's usually features that people who are working in Enterprise have specifically asked for to help support them. Rasa-X, where's my dang logs? Rowan says, what are you searching for? Maybe I can help. So I am trying, here we go. There's a GitHub issue. Where can I find the log files? So I'm trying to, we relaunched Rasa-X with debug mode. And what I'm trying to find is so debug just more logging. Where did the logs go? I want them, because that's going to help me see what the problem is. Not working. Oh, he's doing logging itself. Printed on screen. Maybe there's something. Yeah, so it didn't. Sorry, what I was just checking was nothing was created in our directory to hold the logs. Maybe. Okay, oh, so we don't have Rasa installed. That makes sense, because that's all going to be in our Kubernetes cluster. So maybe what I need is the Kubernetes logs. All right. Kubernetes logs. Ron says, Docker compose logs Rasa production. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying those commands again in a separate window because I don't want to show my password again. I only did it once. And I'm just mistyping very much. Docker logs, Rasa. Oop, okay, so I got a permission denied. Let's try running as root. No such container. All right, Docker list, I guess. Docker. I know I'm typing in secrets. I guess I can show you all some of this. So a couple things that I tried. It's not gonna remove the text. Sorry, I know the line wrap is awful. So I don't have a container called Rasa production. And what if I just want to see all the containers of what I got? Images. Okay, that one I am going to do just over here. Just over here. You know, just in case. Docker images. run as root. Okay, so I have two Docker images, which one is this dialect quiz, and the one is hello world. No, okay, so I don't think, so these are the ones that we loaded in using Docker locally. I don't think that these are connected to our assistant in any way. The assistant is being run from Kubernetes, yeah, which means we need kube control. Pretty sure, because all the relevant clusters will be in, all the relevant containers and images will be inside the Kubernetes cluster, right? I'm pretty sure. Like, I think I mentioned this a couple times before. I'm on a learning journey with Kubernetes, so thank you for joining me. Kubernetes pod log, Docker container PS, Robin is suggesting. Still do need to run as root. Still need to do that. Yeah, okay, so trying Docker container, there's nothing. Which I think is fine. It's not a problem. So we just need to cube, I can do this in here. Cube QTL help. Alright, what are we looking for? So I'm just looking through all the commands because I forget syntax very easily. I didn't have points. So copy files, authorize, describe, cordon, uncordon, drain, taint, explain, get, edit, delete, create, expose, run, and set. So I just want to list all of them. I don't want to mess with the deployment. Cluster info? That might be what I'm looking for. Alright. Sudo kubectl cluster info. Is there a dash? Alright, so we've got some things running. We've got, yeah, it should be fine. So we've got Kubernetes master, core DNS, and then metric server. Okay, I don't think that's what we're looking for, because we want to see, oh, is it like list pods? I feel like that's what it is. I'm getting slightly better. Sudo kubectl list pods, is that it? No, for sure is not. Enrique says, yeah, kube control to manage containers. Hi, Faiza. The problem is I don't know what the pod's called, and I think when it was launched, it had like a bunch of random numbers appended to it. All right. Time for a Google. Kube control list all pods. How many times have you searched for this, Rachel? Listen. Multiple times. All right, let's pull this over here. List all containers, version, git pods, there we go. Kube git pods, there we go. Oh. Also, guess what? There's no space in kube control. All right, okay, so this is what we got. Kube control get pods. Sorry, the reason I'm doing this in another window is just because I don't want to expose anything sensitive, and I'm not good enough at Kubernetes to remember which commands expose sensitive stuff. Okay, so this is the one, pretty sure. Rasa-X, event service, yeah. Okay, so for this one, now we're gonna get the logs. kubectl get. Boop. Also, there's I should tell you quite a bit of delay between me and the stream. So if you're saying something and I don't see it right away, it is because I'm in the future. Well, that's not ideal. So the production server does not have any logs, which is not what I'm looking for. Maybe it's Rasa-X that has logs, perchance? Worth a shot. Try this. So I'm just doing queue control, get logs, and then the Rasa-X server also does not have logs. Okay, so, a little bit of coffee. So we restarted our Rasa-X server in debug mode. Where does our debugging go, right? If you run Rasa-X locally in debug mode, the output is printed in the terminal where you start your Rasa-X server. Which is not in the logs of the pod. Let's do a little more searching. Rasa-X debug. I'm gonna search that. Debugging Rasa. Customize your deployment command line interface. Rasa-X changelog. Building assistant in Docker. Let's check the changelog. There might have been something. Change old document, old version of Rasa-X. Debug. Debugs are correctly printed if the log level is set to debug. All right, but this is from an older version of Rasa-X. I think we're into 3.5? I think we're into 0.35 now. Don't quote me on that. Forms held. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes it's useful to have more log messages in the Rasa pods. So it looks like the intended behavior. Is for the debug messages to go to the pod logs, and yet no pod logs were produced. And I know this is talking about modifying the home chart when you use export and then run the script that does modify the home chart for you. So this should be the same behavior. Mystery. Oop, sorry, it stopped scrolling. Enrique says, try the Rasa app. Okay. And I've lost, there we go. I lost my window. All right, so let's try that over here. So we're gonna try getting them from the app instead. View control, get logs, and then the one that we want, and not, hopefully the one that we want. Server doesn't have a resource log. Oh, it's just logs. Okay, so there's no get involved. Gotcha. All right. We have some information, which I think is going to be helpful. Thank you, Enrique. Okay, Rasa SDK endpoint, starting the action endpoint server, right? User warning, using slow pure Python sequence matcher, install Python Levenstein to remove this warning. So this is for the the fuzzy matching, but because they're pretty short character strings, I don't think it should be a huge problem. Detect dialect, elicitation form, yep. Rasa and Rasa SDK may not be compatible. You are currently running Rasa version 1.10.10 and Rasa SDK version. Okay, so that could be an issue. Exception occurred. Here we go. Exception that this seems most likely. Red hook. Same gap pine. Hand request. Request await response. Endpoint pie. Executor actions. Yeah. Okay, here's a reasonable error. Yes. Okay, this makes sense. So our file was not uploaded. Folks are saying without get just logs. Thank you. Like I mentioned, there is a pretty big delay. It's usually between 30 and 40 seconds, but it's longer if we've had any network instability issues, because then it just sort of, I keep going forward, and then when it picks back up, however long the network was connected is added to the delay. It's not ideal, but that's okay. Okay, so, yeah, that'd do it. Okay. Now we know what the problem is. How do we fix it? Probably by updating our image, right? Right, yeah. Okay, so okay, so all of the stuff that gets uploaded is right in here, and what we're let me move me so you can see the files. So here's what's in our image: the stuff in PyCache, the init, the actions.py that do all this, and then the requirements. What is not in here, and therefore not uploaded to the image, are these things. So the specific things that we need are the state level KNN and the empty data structure. So let me just bloop these in here. There you go. Yep, sure do. So we've uploaded a pre-trained model. Yep, please do. So we've created a pre-trained model here, this state level KNN, and then we're using this empty data structure to basically do one hot encoding that has this correct number of features. We can get into more if you want. So what we did was when we created the image for our action server, we referred to these two things, what were not actually anywhere in our installation. So that is very easy to fix. Let's get this, all right. Okay, so what repository were they in? They were in model bits. So now they should just be right in the same directory. All right. Get rid of this. Yeah. It's the only place we talked about model bits? Yep, okay, so that should work. All right, now we need to update our image. Sorry, I'm trying really hard to get the terminology correct. So the image is the set of instructions for building a container, and then a container is like, I was gonna say it's like the VM. It's not a VM. It doesn't have an operating system. So an image is the set of instructions. So it's like class and instantiation stuff. I don't know. I don't remember all those words I learned 10 years ago. Yikes. All right. Yeah, Enrique says there's about a minute of delay. Wow. In the folder model bits, perhaps. Yep, that was the problem. Feza says, is Rasa hard to learn? I mean, depends where you're coming from, but in order to create an assistant and change what it does, you don't actually need to know Python. You will edit text files with example code, with examples, basically. So if I go, so like these, there we go. So like these examples where you just sort of add what people might say, and then these stories where you talk about, where you say what the conversations will probably look like, are the things that you need to edit to get started. So to create your first assistant, I'd say pretty straightforward. To deploy it, you gotta know about deployment. I found it pretty simple to pick up, but you know, your mileage will vary. I will say, of the dialogue systems that are you know, sort of code based, I think it's among the simpler ones. Arshad says, "Don't worry, I'll code as good as I could." Yep. That's that programmer life. Coffee. Okay, so let's pull up the I need to pull this up again. Create, blah, 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 blah. No, that we don't gotta worry. Okay, sorry. So what I was looking for was the Docker build commands. So it should be, boop, boop, there we go. Docker builds. I think I'm pretty sure I actually need to be in the I think I need to be in the directory with the there we go. What'd I do? Oh, I typed one letter. Okay, so Docker build, and then current directory, what did I call it? Dialect. Here's repository. Dialect-quiz is what I called it. And then the tag for it. So I'm gonna have to provide a new tag. So what was the last one I called? The last one I called not broken. So I think a better tag name for it would be like August 26th or something, so I know when I did it. 26. Oh, I'm already using -26. Okay. Will this work? System cannot find the file specified. Unable to evaluate. All right, let's just try relaunching a new terminal and see if that helps. Faisal says, "I've seen many of your tutorials with chatbot with Rasa, but not the database part that connects with MySQL for storing user info. Is that hard to connect with the database?" I don't think I've connected one to MySQL just for stuff that I've done, but it sounds pretty straightforward. And Kobus, what days do you do live coding? I do it Wednesday and Friday in this time slot, and then on Thursday, so tomorrow, we read papers, and we're going to have a new paper, and if you want to vote, it is in the community tab of the Rasa channel on YouTube for what paper we'll be reading. All right, so change that, and then why? Okay, so I didn't press anything. It's just it does not like the D. It doesn't like me typing the letter D. I don't know why it's doing this, but I don't like it. Dialog-quiz, and then just add a tag, aug 26. cannot find the file specifier. Unable to evaluate symlinks in Docker file path. Unable to prepare context. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Let's go back to this. Maybe I'm missing an important step. Enrique says, same directory where the Docker file is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because we are in... Actions. Wait, where's my Docker file? So I should see a Docker file in here. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Thank you, Enrique. Fraser says, can you please make live coding on the database part so I can learn from you how to deal with MySQL parts? Maybe, oh, sorry. So hopefully this will show up when I pop back in. There we go. Okay, back. Live coding with MySQL, maybe? I don't know that we need it for this project, and the sort of the next big thing that I was planning on doing is updating this to Docker 2.0. But it might be a good idea for a tutorial. And I think that would be more helpful anyway than watching me struggle, is to see me just be like, here's how to do. What's August 22nd? 26th. AUGUSD. I am writing it down for later. All right, now, Docker build /t. Don't really know what the T flag does. Yeah, no, I have no idea what the T flag does. If anyone knows, please pop in the comments. Was it dialect? D-I-A-L-E-C-T. Dash quiz, and then the tag colon August 26th. Nope, I messed up. Okay, what'd I do? Docker build dot slash and build the image with the following command, custom image tag. Let's make this a little bigger. Why not work? Here's an example. If you want to, you can version or date your tags as well as create different tags, different code for production deployment series. You should create a new tag anytime you update your code and want to redeploy it. T for tag. Okay, so I do need that. And then the dot is the current directory. Oh, I see the problem. The problem is that what I need between the username and the repository is a slash, and what I put between the username and the repository is a colon. All right, let's fix that. Very easy to fix. All right, good to go. Fantastic. Enrique says slash. Thank you. I wish there were less latency, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. All right, successfully tagged. Security warning. I just recommend to double check and reset permissions for sensitive files and directories. I think we should be good. Because this is all, you know, open source anyway, so you can if you would like to, you can download my Docker Hub image. It is available to the public. Where's my tag? This should be a new one. All right, we may have to wait a little bit for it to build. No, we have to push. We have to push. This was the problem last time. Okay. Push local Docker image to Docker Hub. That's exactly the thing I want. I've Googled it before. And Docker push. Build a new image. We've done that. Okay, can I just do Docker push? Is that going to push everything? I don't think I have anything else. Docker push requires exactly one argument. Docker push example. Use your Docker name when building an image. I'll just pull this over so y'all can see. I'm just on, you know, somebody's website. Our image tag name. Docker push. Okay, gotcha. So you need to Docker push, and then it was RC kit, and then nope, other way. Dialect quiz. All right, now the next thing that we want to do is we want to go back to here, and we want to export. See the deploying. Pull this back over. So the thing that we need to change is we want to deploy your assistant. The thing that we want to change is we want to change the tag. Deploy, how to deploy. Overview. Rasa-X, install Rasa-X. Server quick install. Sorry, I just want the tags. Connection custom action server. Here we go. All right, so action server tag is the specific one that we need to set up. So action server tag equals, and then what did we call it? Hopefully now if I go to my repository, it will show up. There we go. So August-26th. August AUGUST -26. Okay, fantastic. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to rerun the install script with the E flag, like so. Okay, and so this should update our Rasa-X deployment with our new action server image. So if I find one of the 20,000 ones that I have up, here we go. We should need to do a new one. We should be able to talk to our assistant now and use the new action server image. Oh, it should just work. Wouldn't that be great? Fraser says, besides Python, can Rasa action part be coded with PHP or any other language? Yep. Right now I think we only have an SDK for Python, but yes, you can absolutely use any language that you please. And Enrique says, you now must delete the current Rasa app pod, Control delete pod, and it will recreate it. My understanding is that the updating using the command line script will do that, and if I'm wrong, we can try it by hand. I prefer not to, though. I'm efficient. Navendu says, before restarting the Rasa-X server with the action server, should we first Docker pull and then pass it with a single line script? I don't think we should. I think, so last Friday, I think, we were trying to get the action server image working, and thinking back on it, I might have had like a typo, or the slash might have been in the wrong direction the first time we tried it. I don't think you need to pull your Docker image locally first. I think it'll just go get it. But I guess we'll find out, huh? All right, love to take a dialect quiz. Please work. All right, and I'm gonna answer this as if it were me. All right, let's see. Okay, that is a bug. I was like, are they trying to get me to say crawfish? Roly-poly. When I was a kid, I used to like dig them out from under logs, and I'd like collect a big handful of them and just like look at them. I don't know. I like bugs. It's a soda. I was actually really interested in becoming an entomologist, and then I learned that the vast majority of people who work as entomologists are like exterminators, like they kill bugs, like that's their full job. And I was like, no, I don't want to kill them. I just want to look at them and feed them fruit or whatever. So that's not the career path for me. Ironically, I guess I do kill bugs for a job now, but they're not, you know, they're not alive. Are you all ready to go? So one thing that I'm really looking forward to once we get this up for folks to use and to start giving me feedback in is, I think that some of the ways that I've phrased these questions, or maybe the instructions, are going to be a little bit confusing, but I don't really know in what ways yet. So I am looking forward to getting more information from folks about what needs fine-tuning in terms of an elicitation instrument. Crawfish. Inoke says, so tag is the new environment, right? Yeah. Like the idea with the one-line install script is it should make your life easier. Yeah, okay, there we go. I don't love that it doesn't automatically scroll down to the bottom. I might file a feature request for that. My mind said hoagie first, so that's what I'm gonna say. I think I say a sub more than a hoagie. I think my mom says hoagie. An access road. My mom's from Missouri, which is sociolinguistically and also sort of like, it's a very interesting state because it was one of the big divides in the US is whether or not, especially the East Coast of the US, is whether or not you're part of the South. And Missouri is interesting because it is both part of the South and part of the Midwest, depending on who you talk to, and was, during the Civil War, lots of really nasty battles. Highway. Yard sale. What do you call it? Traffic jam, rubbernecking. Beautiful though. The Ozarks are really, really gorgeous. I'd say frosting. Also, oh my god. Just while I'm doing this, my cousin, so all of my cousins that live in Missouri, posted that my uncle had lost his 2 girls, and that they'd run off, and he thought they were down by the creek, but he couldn't like find him, and I was losing my mind. Like, I know what my cousin's name. I was like, who did Uncle Bobby adopt somebody? Like, what's going on? What? And everyone was like, oh, they'll turn up eventually. I was like, they will not call the police. There's missing children. They were dogs. Nobody said they were dogs. I think they were fine. But when you say missing girls, my first thought is not, oh, it's a dog probably. Lawyer boy. I don't know why I need to say it every time. So this is the quiz, and wow, I hope this works. Let's see, that's kitty corner. I guess we'll find out. I tried and had problems getting the action server up. It might have been a typo, but I can't know for sure since I did Docker pull and it was working. Yeah, it's on my to-do list this week is to try doing a little A/B testing and see if that is the thing. Because that's what, you know, was recommended to me to check that my action server image was, you know, working okay and I had everything I needed. You also may notice that requested slot names are the same as my answers, and that's because I wrote the slot names. So brew through, yeah. Water fountain. I think here in Seattle they call it a drinking fountain, which I don't think is wrong, but I wouldn't say that as my first choice. Okay, y'all ready? Reveal. Oh, I'm real nervous. Beans. Okay. Well, let's check the logs. I relaunched it without debug. All right, and let's actually just really quickly. Yeah, let's try Docker pull just real quick. So I think that might work. I almost said my username was Rasa-X. Sure ain't. Quiz. And then was it August 26th, I think? First, let's run his root. I know I could change permission so I don't have to run his root, but I would prefer not to. And what I'm going to try now, so I guess this is my A/B test, right? Did this change? So I'm going to try, yeah, I think, So what I was thinking is, do I need to reset the debug to true every time? And I feel like maybe I do because the default is not that, possibly. Ooh. Anyway, we're just going to try updating our Rasa-X server just real quick. All right, that should work. Great, fantastic. And if I go to conversations, there's a way to set these as tests. Responses from the assistant, NLU inbox. More reviewed, save for later. I don't remember if I responded to Faiza having a problem with MySQL. Noted. Yeah, Problem is I plan things out a couple months in advance, so I don't know that it's going to be done before your project is done. Yeah, there might be some examples on GitHub you can see if you can find people using MySQL and Rasa that might be more helpful. Okay, what if I want to save a conversation as a test? Did this used to be in here? Am I just off my rocker? All right, well, let's start again. But this time I'm just gonna, I know I've zoomed way out. I think y'all have seen these questions quite a bit, and I'm just gonna, we go through it and just, oh, it seems to be a Zoom problem that it does not go to the bottom. I'm just doing this thing. Okay, yeah. So it's in the talk to your bot tab where you can say things as texts and not the conversations tab. Another thing that I think we need to think about, I need to think about with this bot in the future is so you see how all of these are being identified as bot challenge? That should not be taken as responses to the quiz, you know? And the reason that that's happening is because I'm just saying, hey, whatever information is provided during the quiz, just keep going, just save that and keep going. And I may have to go through and provide examples for all of the answers that people might provide. Okay. All right, so we've said that, and we can do that later. Sorry, I'm trying to think, because the changes that I don't have push. No, because that won't be on Git yet. Sorry. So I'm trying to think the changes that we made to the file format of the action server. Are those going to be a problem? So let's take a peeky poo at our logs. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, yes. Ah, okay, so it's changed the name of the, what was it? Q control get, oh, there you go, this, get pods, right? Yeah, okay. And now it is different. So Q control logs, no get, I'm learning. And then that, what do we got? Same problem, file not found. So what we can see here is that the update happened successfully, right? Because we're getting, before we got the error that it wasn't in the, I'm directly on top of it, sorry, let me move me. Before we were getting the error that it wasn't, I can't. No, I want to move me. There we go. Before we were getting the error that the directory, the full directory didn't work, we went back and changed that, and that didn't work either. Why? Is it something about Docker that I don't know? I mean, there's so much about Docker that I don't know, so that seems likely. Yeah. No one says, do you take notes on notebook or keep notes on your laptop when you learn something new or during research? Mostly I type notes. So if I'm writing something down, it is more of a reminder. Yeah. I also have not great handwriting, and I'm also fairly dyslexic, so being able to type and use, you know, autocomplete and whatnot is pretty helpful for me. So, we know what the problem is, which is a big benefit. We know that we're not reading our model in correctly, right? So it's that the file hasn't been found. And interestingly, I believe, let me take a look at my actions. So for the get top 3 KNN, right? Classifier pipeline, get top 3 KNN. Okay, yeah, no, that is a problem. So what I was trying to remember was, do we load in this file first? And we do not. We load in the model first, and then we encode the data, excuse me, and the encoding of the data, in the encoding of the data is where we read in this particular file. And it's not that job lib doesn't work, because we get a different error for that. It's that they're not seeing the file. Does Docker not maintain the directory structure? Let's see, Docker Hub. What information can I see? Broken, not broken. Oh, okay, so it loaded everything that I had locally. What can I see in here? I don't know what any of this means. I know what pip is. I know what bin bash is. What's a pipe fail? Okay, so I think I'm going to call it here for the day. And, yeah. We'll come back to this on Friday when I am fresh and less confused, I think. Enrique says /app/, like in the Docker file? Copy any. We're gonna try one more thing. I got a sneaking suspicion about what might be the problem. Could be wrong though. I often am. See, now I was thinking it would just get everything in the directory, and then I forgot that we had to add the requirements separately. So I'm thinking that this might be the problem, that we did not specify what it was that we wanted copied, and making sure that that included all the things that we needed copied. So let's give this one more shot. Rebuild it. Then we're going to Docker push again, and then we're going to try updating our environment variables again. Actually, we can do that now. Where's my, there we go. All right, so it was debug mode. Here we go. Rs26, what I call it is V2, right? Dash V2. Yeah, okay, this is an applicable amount of downloading of things. All right, we'll see. Did I export them? Yep, I did. So that should not be it. Kova says Eureka face. We'll see. We'll see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't care. Docker push. Dialect quiz. Oh, it's going to take a second. And then once that's pushed, we'll be able to restart everything yet again and give it another shot. Okay. So what did we learn? That you need to specifically specify every file that you want included in your Docker image. It's going to take a tiny bit, which makes sense. Those are both, they're a little bit hefty. They're not horrible. Oh, I'm so sleepy. I don't know why. Slept good. Had my usual amount of coffee. I'm trying to think of other reasons that I might be sleepy. I guess, like, speaking for myself, I've certainly been under a greater than normal amount of stress for quite a while. Could just be, you know, general fatigue. Love to wait for things to upload. Absolutely the best part of computer science. Okay, so once this is pushed, we will take a nap. No, we'll try updating our Rasa action server, which actually I can get already up and good to go, so we can run it ASAP, which I imagine will take a little bit longer this time because it's going to need to get more stuff. Ooh, also we need to specify, nope, not that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we don't need to specify nothing because that should be, changing the environment variable should handle everything. Oh, we got a couple. Okay. If this doesn't work, what will we do? Check the logs and move from there. The reason I'm pushing a little bit more today is I would love for y'all to be able to use this and for me to have some data to do conversational driven development on Friday. For a second I was like, is it going down? It's because I was just looking at this part, which does sometimes go down. And you might be thinking, Rachel, it seems like your upload speeds are very bad. Well, I should say bad compared to what they generally are for me in this particular instance. I did look into another IP, but unfortunately, ISP rather. Unfortunately, the other ISP in my area is, from what I can tell, worse than my current one, so shrug. Alright, well that's going. What will our next step be? Actually, I want to double check. You still thinking? Yeah. Oh wait, okay, it's gone. Alright, fantastic. So it is good to go. Let's restart this. Let's get our Rasa-X window back up so we can check it. Boop, boop, there we go. Okay, and I think we should now be able to just test it. We may have to test it from the command line. All right. Ganesh says, hey Kaggle. Yep, used to be at Kaggle. Nimandu says, this is bad? No, I think it's fine. It just took a while to upload. No. Oh, that's right. I have to say yes first. Excuse me. A bad test conversation. Wow, I hope this works. Really, really hope this works. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm going to check the logs and then probably call it a day. So what success will look like for us today is that it'll tell us all our slot values, and then it will give us That's a new answer. So I'm directly on top of it, so you cannot see. But instead of saying you sound like you come from none, it says you sound like you come from blank. Oh, fascinating. Okay, so it's just not printing. It's just not printing the it's not printing the output. It does it though. Arizona, Alabama, Oregon. All right. Oh, we're so close. Okay, so it works. And that one we did not pull the most recent image down, so it looks like you don't need to do Docker pull in order to get it working. So why isn't it saying the slot values to us? All right. Let's just really quickly check our domain utterance. You sound like you come from dialect. Yep, that's correct. Okay. Let's put a period after it. That might help a little bit. Just make sure we're doing the right one. Slots, dialect, unfeaturized, autofill false, D-I-A-L-E-C-T. Yeah, D-I-A-L-E-C-T. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Okay. Good progress. Yes. Don't know why it's not printing. Problem for another day. Actually, okay, let's check the logs just real quick, and then nap time. No, I'm not gonna nap. I got stuff to do. Oh, that's right. I don't know why I pulled this over. I don't need to have that. So it's get pods. So tell me the names of all the pods, and it's the app that we're looking for. There we go. Copy this. Oh, not what I was looking for. And as you can see, it was updated about 4 minutes ago. So, kubectl logs, boom. Let's take a peek. No errors. All right. Exactly what I am looking for. Not worried about that at all. Okay, so not entirely sure why it's rendering. It might be because it's in square brackets. It's being interpreted as some sort of markdown, possibly. So I guess what we can do is modify the action server so that we don't get square brackets. But at this point, I'm ready to wrap it up for the day. So thank you so much for joining. We will be back tomorrow, same time. And me and Adam will be reading a paper. And I'm not 100% sure what paper it'll be because the voting is still open, and I'll let you know probably afternoonish my time today what paper it is that we have chosen. All right, thanks so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope you found this helpful, or just like nice background noise at least. Mandu says, just confirm you start a new clean server, export the action server image and tag, and single line script. No need to install Docker on the server or anything like that. Namandu, correct. I don't believe you need to. Let me know if you're still having trouble with it. One thing that I did do was that I didn't actually push it. I built it, but I did not push it to Docker Hub. So that could be something. Also, if it's a private repository on Docker Hub, you need to make sure that you set up your credentials. And I was working from a public repository, so I didn't do that step. All right. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I hope you found this enjoyable, and I will see you tomorrow.